and welcome to this video where we are going to revise for the final exam. So basically the final exam is going to be so easy. It is going to be just about creating a table and apply a little bit of style. So let's revise using the code from the previous session. This is a very default table. It has no style, nothing added. It's like just writing elements and include them in our text editor. So we're going to open Notepad and you're going to see what is happening here. So first, we are not going to talk about the very basic elements that will create our website, the structure of our website. So do not forget the doc type, the HTML, the header, the title, and of course the body. So what you can see here is what we have inside the body. So for example, H2 is this one, and the table is from this line to this line. So basically, if you want to create a table, we're going to use the table element. So just by creating a table element, it will prepare us the rows, the columns, and everything. So using the border attribute, it will give us the outline of that table. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna make it 0, or I will just remove it. So we don't have any outline or borders in our table. So what if we increase it? So if we increase the value, it will increase the width of the border. For example, we're going to make it 10, so it will be clear. You see, the outline of the border, of the border width increased. So please, if you want to make a table, don't put 10,000, don't put 100. It's like between 1 to 3, for example. So 3 is going to be a little bit thick from the outline. So let's leave it at 1. So now this is the table element. Inside the table element, we're going to write the rows and the columns, of course. So when filling a table, we are going to fill it per row. So, and please, this is a row and this is a column. This is a row and this is a column, like this. This is a column. So basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So careful with that. So if you want to create one row, we're going to use the tr, which is the table row element. So by creating this tr, we're going to have this row. So as you can see, this is the first row. It has the same values here. So in the first row, we're going to add headers. Okay, the header will act as a title of each column. So basically, if you want to include that, we're going to use the table header element. So this is the first one, the second one, third one, and we go on. So this is the first row with the table headers, with the cells. Now, we're going to go to the second row, and again, when filling the table, we're going to fill it per row. So we're going to write 8, 10, crew briefing, life support check, experiments, and we go on. We're not going to fill it per row, per column, sorry. We're going to fill it per row, like from 8, crew, life, and like this. So we put the headers because it's in the first row, okay, and the headers are always bold. So basically, if we change this to the TD, the table data, it is going to be with the default font, like this, you see? So basically, in the first row, we always make the titles of each column bold, and table header will do this for us. We don't have to include any style, we don't have to use any CSS. So table headers always in the first row. So this is tr, which is the whole row. No, sorry, like this. which is the first row, and these are the columns, like the columns, the cells inside that row. So we go on in the second row. So basically in the second row, we're not going to use the table header. We're going to use the table data cell. So the table data cell is going to be from the second row to the last row. Why? Because now they are informations. The information is not going to be with the bold font. It is going to have a normal font, like default one. So the table data, okay, is going to be used from the second row till the last one. The first row will be only for the table headers. Okay, so the table data, and we go on. Like each row now has multiple columns, multiple cells. Okay, now let's talk about styling now. For example, what styles do we know? Like we have the color, the background color, font weight, font style, these basic CSS properties. So please do not forget this. These are elements. This is an element. This is an element. These are all elements. What is written between the angle brackets, like I mean the tags, are elements. What you are going to have inside the element itself are called attributes. For example, we have the border attribute. You have the hyperreference, not href or href. It's hyperreference. Inside the hyperlink element, we have, for example, the style element, the style attribute, I mean. So the style attribute, the border, the hyperreference, the title, for example, here, title, these are all attributes. Inside the style attribute, we will be having properties. Okay, so properties are, for example, color, background color, font weight, font style, and this stuff. So we can apply those styles, we can apply those properties inside any element of the table. For example, if I want to change the background color of the table, background color 2 dots red, do not forget the syntax. Okay, so we're going to use the quotations. Of course, the quotation will be always in the attributes like this. Attributes, the value is inside the double quotations. The same with the style attribute. So the property, then double dots, then the value, then the semicolon at the end. If we save it, go back to the code, the background color is going to be applied in the whole table. Why? Because we applied the style in the table element, and you know that the table element hold all those cells. So basically the background color will be applied in every single cell we have inside the table. If we apply the style attribute only in the first row, it is going to be only applied in the first row, because this TR, this table row, represents the first row in the table. Okay, what about only one cell like this? Okay, so it is going to be applied. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a mistake. Like this. And you put it here. It is going to be applied only in one cell. Okay, so let's check the border property. So we're going to try and apply the border property in every single element inside our table. So the style, the double quotations, then we go to the middle, we write border, then double dots. Now the border will hold three values. Okay, the first one is the border width. I'm gonna use this new line, make it organized. It's okay to make new lines inside the element. Okay, so border like this. So border width is going to be the first value in the border property. For example, 1px. So this value will be the first value in our border properties. Okay, and we have also the border style, which is, for example, solid. So this border style property will be the second value of the border property. So this is the same as doing this. And the last one is the border color. For example, okay, let's change, for example, yellow is going to be in the last value of the border property. So these three properties will be written in only one property. Okay, so we don't need this like this. Okay, if we do this, try, you see, now this is yellow and it is solid. As you can see, it's solid and it has only one pixel. Okay, now we can apply this style also in the row like this. Check, let's just remove this, or for example make it red. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. Okay, now border 1px, we're going to use it also in the th, in the table header. This, let's increase it, let's make it 3 pixels. Okay, let's go back, and the TR should work. I don't know why it's not applying. Okay, there's a problem. Border 3 pixels, solid red. It's okay. So let's apply it in the TD, for example, like this. Apply it in another TD, and you just need to copy paste it. And the second semester, you don't have to put every style in every single element. We are going to choose all the TH or all the TDs and put the borders. Okay, so blue, I don't know why this is not applying. It should be applied like only the first row, but it's okay. So the border property have 3 values. The first one is the border width, the second one is the style. For example, let's change it to dotted. You will see that it's dotted, it's not solid like this, it's like using dots. And the last one is the color. So basically this is very simple, so be careful with the syntax. Okay, so doc type HTML, then the HTML. Okay, so when you write HTML, directly close it. So the HTML opening tag is here, the closing tag is in the last line. Okay, then you go in the middle, write the head, then inside the head you write the title like this. For example, there is no head, I'm going to write it like this, then directly close it, then I make new lines, then inside I'll make a title, then directly close it. The closing tag has always forward slash. Okay, title, and write our title like Space Station Crew Weekly Timetable. Okay, the same goes for the other elements, even the h2, even the table itself. So when you open the element, directly close it so you won't forget the closing tag of that element. And that's it actually. So basically this is going to be something very easy. So I'm going to give you a table, very small table, and you just give me the code of it, and if it works, congrats. So when you finish the code, what I want you to do is copy the code, okay, and go to wait a minute, where is it? It's the grade 8 exam code, that's it. Yeah, so you're going to go to this link. I'll give you the link. I'll write it for you in the timetable in the whiteboard, and you just copy and paste it here. Okay, don't forget to write your full name, and that's it. So just what we are going to cover in the exam. So we have like enough time, more than enough time, to create a table. So basically, I'm going to focus on the syntax, the table element, the TDs, the TH, if they are well placed. If you want to add images, that would be good. If you want to add, like, for example, hyperlinks, so this is going to increase your marks. Okay, so if you have any questions, so feel free to reach me, send me a message on Classera or everything. That's it. So see you in class and have a good day.